guys kind of leading things out there. Did you notice any drop-off at all from the players and just pick up business as usual?
No, it's been a couple days. The coach hasn't been here, so we've got the right kind of mindset and good maturity, good leadership out there. So they're creatures of habit. We've developed a lot of really good habits, so they know how to practice.
We saw the Paul drill, we were still in there. You see some physical play, you see Shaq getting a little physical. Is that a good thing when you see those guys showing that much fire, or do you want to just temper it back just a tick because he is your team?
No. We want the best they got. We want good on good and as much energy and passion and enthusiasm for the game. That's, again, iron sharpens iron, and your job is to, whoop the guy play after play to make him quit. So that's the mindset that we want, is in developing that kind of toughness, and that's the ways the game's played. So you can't cheat the game, come here, practice, and do it one way and then do it another way in the game. So it's important that we have those things. We'd be very concerned if we didn't have that kind of passion and attitude out there.
Can that back seven, could that be probably one of the better secondaries probably in the nation? And what have you seen for it in this first week of camp?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think we have a combination of ability and skill that has a chance to be very quality. But will we be? That remains to be seen. The trademark of any great unit and great player is being consistent and changing the game with your execution and playmaking. And so until we get to playing against other people, it's hard to say. Comparatively, around the country, there's a lot of good players around the country, a lot of good coaches, and we're just hoping to be as good as we can be, and we got a lot of work to do that way. So just through whatever it's been 6 days of practice, there's been some good and too much not so good. So we got to be more consistent, have better understanding, and and we got to develop that second and that third team where there's no drop off and those guys go in.
Is it kind of weird to see Ben without that beard?
Yeah. Like, who's this little boy sitting in the meeting here? That was very weird. Somebody said there was an article about him with the beard, and then he showed up this morning and he doesn't have a beard. So I'm not sure what's behind that. You're going to have to ask him. But he looks more clean cut, and I guess that's one less hair strand that the opponent has to grab and hold you. So he looks like a little baby Brian Bosworth out there. So,
what do you find out about the guys when you start doing two-a-days and making them push a little bit more and a little bit more? What do you find out?
Toughness and leadership, and guys that love to play, love to practice, love the whole process, love to grind, find out who does and who doesn't, who you can count on, and and again, who's got a ways to go. And you don't have to be elite as a player to have those other attributes. And I think it just starts with attitude. And guys that love it, usually you're going to show up and you're going to notice them. And then guys that don't, when it starts getting tough, you can't find them. So I think it's very revealing through the course of a couple, 2.5, 3 weeks into camp. You really start finding out who can fight through the bumps and the bruises, and again the constant strain that we try to put them under. And we try to strain them in every situation, and strain them in calls, and strain them in effort and toughness, and banging on each other.
Speaking of bumps and bruises, you guys shall away from contact.
Hey, get him right, baby! Get him right, baby! Let him know!
I don't think that we've shied away from contact by any stretch. I think this game is won by the lines of scrimmage and who's the most physical. I don't think that'll ever change. And can you go? There's restrictions on how many thud days you can have and how many full speed tackling scrimmage kind of work that you can have. And so within those parameters, we're on point. But I think a little more is better than a little less in regards to hitting. That's the name of the game. The only way you can teach it is to do it.
Now that you've had 2 practices in pads, what have you seen out of those younger guys, Christian Wilkins, Mark Fields, those guys?
Well, Christian stands out. Christian's been, pretty consistent. He's got a great attitude, and that shows. He's got ability with attitude and a great work ethic, a willingness to be coached. And, you know, I think a couple of the DNs are that way as well, Cleveland and Austin. Just think about the freshmen and where they're at physically as well to be able to hold up and run with any group out there. And Mark's still working on just a lot of little things, understanding of calls and signals and formations and splits and things like that. But those other guys are coming on real fast.
Richard Jurgen is a guy that's kind of caught our attention during the few days that we've been out here. What have you seen out of him?
Richard's done well. He's got more functional strength, size, confidence along with it, more aggression, better understanding of what he's doing. So he's just a little bit faster because he's not thinking. He's not paralyzing himself with thinking too much. And again, he's played very little D-end in his career as a football player. You know, again, a couple years ago, he was a high school safety and then became a linebacker and then played in a 4 technique, which is inside the tackle, not really as a 5 or a 9. So, you know, he's really just learning all the intricacies and how to become a really good D-end.
What about a couple of your role players that are coming up, Dane Rogers and Jabril Robinson?
Yeah, they're both working hard, and hopefully they'll keep coming on. You know, they've both shown some signs of quickness. I think inside's better for Dane, and Jabril's really shown some quickness. I think he's practicing better with more purpose than he did in the spring, and he's made more plays as a result and been a little bit more disruptive. And he's got the ability to be a disruptive player, and now I just got to keep bringing it. You know, this is early, just gotten to full pad, so hopefully he'll keep doing that and keep coming on, because again, it's a game about leverage and technique. He's a quick guy that needs to play quick. I think that's a strength of his, and but just learning all the intricacies of being, you know, playing inside, footwork and eye and hand placement, those kind of things. So he showed up here the last couple of days.
Martin Aiken's a guy who it seems like he's been here forever. Where does he stand in the mix of things?
Well, again, you know, the one concern with with him is with Martin is just his size. You know, he's 228 pounds, so he plays with great strength, though, good leverage. He's very tough. He's a fighter. He can really rush the passer, and he gives you his all out here. He likes to practice and compete. Got a low edge to him, so hopefully he'll, you know, if he wants to be on the field longer, he's got to put on more weight. You know, that's a big part of his functionality. But there's a lot to like about what he's doing out there on the field when he's gotten out there.
Is Goodson okay?
I think so. Yeah, he practiced all practice.
How has he been in?
He's been